big. So we were trying to predict it, and Kevin called it. He said that you would say a 6.
Yeah,
it was a 6 for me.
Okay.
I will say you talked about your kids there. I took my kids, and also I took Josh. So I have kind of a range of opinions in terms of like a dad and a young boy. My son is almost 7, and my daughter is almost 12.
Okay.
Both my kids really liked it.
Awesome.
Again, they also said that it didn't make like their top 5, but they really enjoyed it. And the first thing, or one of the first things I said in the car was, well, I didn't really love the music so much. And then I said, well, except for that, like the big song, like the epic song, I did like that. And I could see myself like really enjoying that in a fireworks show. And so we put that song on in the car, and then we started to let the soundtrack play. And I was like, I like it better not in the movie. Like, that's weird, right? Like the songs are better on the soundtrack, for me at least, than they were in the movie. Like in the movie, I thought some of them were like cringy.
Yes. Very cringy.
But afterwards, when I was listening to them on the soundtrack, I was like, oh, this is better than I remember. I actually enjoy this. So I don't know. So there's that.
I need to go back and listen, because there was one song that at first I'm like, and then it kind of grew on me a little bit, but most of them never grew on me while watching the film.
Yeah. Same.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I was with you. I was like, did Lin-Manuel Miranda do this? And I Googled it, and he did not. And so I was like, yeah, you can tell it's not that good.
Yeah. No, but you could tell.
Get what you paid for.
Yeah, you could tell there were the people that wrote the music had strives to kind of make it that way.
Yeah.
Yes, it like almost sounded like him, but it wasn't. It was like the Walmart version.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah.
Walmart Miranda.
President's own. President's choice, I mean.
Yeah.
Members mark.
Close. Good try, guys. Good try.
It was like ChatGPT, write me a song inspired by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it was like, oh, this is close. Okay.
Yeah. All right, Kevin, go.
All right. Yes. So let me preface this by saying that I had done zero research on this movie before I watched it. No reviews, no videos, no podcasts, no nothing. No, not even a reading on social media. Because it just wasn't on my radar until you and Danny, you texted like, oh, we can review this. I was like, oh, I forgot this was coming out.
It seemed like an important movie to review. So I wanted to do. I was looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, and I think I even reacted the way I was like, oh yeah, I forgot this was coming out.
Yeah.
So it just was. So thankfully, all that in place, I went into it with almost no expectations. I didn't know what to expect. Plus, the only thing I really did see is just the ads for it, which just kept on playing all day during Thanksgiving Day football. So during the course of me watching this movie, I had this movie actually rated much lower than where I have it rated now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the reason being is that, to y'all's point, the music wasn't the greatest to me. There wasn't anything that really grabbed me. It was. This kind of goes to my feelings about the storyline. The storyline felt very formulaic, and the music had straps to be in the same kind of formula. You can almost kind of see the beats as far as, okay, this person's going to sing a tune. This person's going to sing a tune. Oh, they're starting to rally to get together. Oh, they're going to sing or something. And then they went to a Ghostbusters 2 ending, but we'll talk about that in the spoilers. But honestly, and also too, it was much lower because I actually dozed off a couple of times for a quick sec. I was out.
You too, huh?
Yeah, no, and this was especially during the songs too. It was like
you people need to get better sleep.
Yeah. I probably need to get better sleep. But yeah, no, it was just, and the itis from Thanksgiving, maybe that didn't help either.
Yeah,
but it didn't. But that just goes to say that it just didn't really engage me as much right off the bat. People would say, well, maybe the movie wasn't made for you. And I'll argue, Walt tried to make movies for the entire family. So that's a definite thing that you hear him say all the time. There's a clip somewhere where he says like, the parents have the money.
Yeah.
That's where it is.
It's true.
Yeah. But, as we watched the show, and I went with me and my 3 daughters. My wife wasn't feeling well, so she stayed home. But it was just me and my 3 daughters. My kids started noting the little homages of previous Disney movies throughout that.
Yeah.
And it's with this realization that my rating actually went up, but not by a lot. Okay. I can't say I was blown away by this movie, but I might say I didn't enjoy this one as much as any of the other movies that Walt Disney Animation has released. However, Alan Tudyk's decisions on how he portrayed his particular character, which is the goat, you can find that out pretty easily, so it's not a spoiler thing.
Right.
Saved it a little bit for me. I liked Valentino. I would buy a stuffed Valentino.